Welcome to AI Unraveled, demystifying frequently asked questions on artificial intelligence, a podcast that explores the latest trends and emerging topics in the world of artificial intelligence. Join us as we delve into fascinating discussions on the cutting-edge developments of this rapidly evolving field. Make sure to hit the subscribe button to stay updated on the latest episodes. In today's episode, we'll cover the uses and potential risks of AI language models, nature's policies regarding generative AI in visual content, AI's role in religion and theology, the Azure Open AI service, AI's impact on politics and investments, and the use of AI for realistic voice creation in podcasts. Hey there! Today we've got a few interesting topics to discuss in the world of artificial intelligence. First up, we're seeing AI learn new languages and skills on its own. But should we be worried? It's a valid question that's been on people's minds lately as AI continues to grow and evolve. The truth is, it's difficult to know for sure what the future holds, but it's important to stay informed on the topic and keep an eye on any potential issues that may arise. Speaking of potential issues, there's also the AI black box problem to consider. Simply put, this refers to the fact that as AI becomes more sophisticated, it can be difficult for humans to understand how it's making decisions. This is something that experts are actively working on, but it's definitely an area to watch. Switching gears a bit, have you ever wondered if it's possible for an artificial superintelligence, ASI, to create a 100% accurate reconstruction of history? One Reddit user thinks it might be possible, though it would involve some pretty outlandish methods. For instance, they suggest that traveling thousands of light years away and observing Earth's surface in real time might give us a glimpse into history as it happened. Or, of course, there's always time travel, but that's probably not happening anytime soon. Finally, there's the question of whether AI should be regulated. With the technology progressing so rapidly, it's a valid concern. That being said, there are also many benefits to AI that we wouldn't want to miss out on. As with any advanced technology, the key is finding a balance between innovation and safety. That's all for today's AI News Roundup. Join us next time for more updates on this fascinating topic. Nature is making headlines by announcing that they will no longer publish any images or videos created or modified by generative artificial intelligence tools. This decision was made due to concerns about research integrity, privacy, consent, and protection of intellectual property. It's important that we understand why this policy was put in place and what potential negative implications could arise from the use of generative AI in content creation. Generative AI tools like ChatGPT and Midjourney have been a game changer, significantly influencing the creation of digital content. Although generative AI tools are rising in popularity and capabilities, Nature has decided not to publish any visual content wholly or partly created by generative AI. This policy applies to all contributors, including artists, filmmakers, illustrators, and photographers. Nature views the use of generative AI in visual content as an issue of integrity. Transparent sources are crucial for research and publishing. Currently, generative AI tools do not provide access to their sources for verification, violating the principle of attribution by not properly citing existing work used. Issues of consent and permission also arise with generative AI, especially regarding the use of personal data and intellectual property. The potential negative implications of generative AI are numerous. Generative AI systems often train on images without identifying the source or obtaining permissions. Such practices can lead to violations of privacy and copyright protections. The ease of creating deepfakes also fuels the spread of false information. Nature's guidelines for generative AI use in text content, however, are less strict. They will allow the inclusion of text generated with AI assistance, provided appropriate caveats are included. Authors must document the use of AI in their paper's methods or acknowledgments section and provide sources for all data, including those generated with AI assistance. It's important to note that no AI tool will be accepted as an author on a research paper. As AI, particularly generative AI, holds great potential, it's important that we recognize that it's also disrupting long-established norms in various fields. Care must be taken to ensure these norms and protections aren't eroded by the rapid development of AI. While regulatory systems are still catching up with the rise of AI, Nature will maintain its policy of disallowing visual content created by generative AI. Have you heard about the chatbot that took over a Lutheran church service in Germany recently? It's true. ChatGPT, with some help from a theologian named Jonas Simmerlein, conducted the service and even attracted over 300 attendees. This unique event was part of a larger convention held every 2 years for Protestants across Germany, which attracts tens of thousands of believers and serves as a platform for prayer, songs, discussion, and exploration of global issues. This year's convention focused on topics like global warming, the war in Ukraine, and artificial intelligence, the very technology that was leading the church service. As for ChatGPT, it was given cues by Simmerlein to create the service based on the convention's motto, "Now is the time." The chatbot generated music, led prayers, and even preached the sermon. 4 avatars represented the AI throughout the service, but not everyone was thrilled. While some attendees were completely engaged in the service and videotaped it on their phones, others remained critical and reserved. Some even found the AI's delivery monotonous and lacking in emotional resonance, making it hard for them to concentrate. Expert opinions on the matter were mixed. While some recognized the potential for AI to enhance accessibility and inclusivity in religious services, others expressed concerns over the human-like characteristics that could potentially deceive believers. Additionally, the chatbot's inability to interact with or respond to the congregation like a human pastor further highlighted the limitations of technology. Despite some of these limitations, Simmerlein emphasized that the purpose of using AI in religious services is not to replace religious leaders, but rather to assist them in their work. For instance, the technology can free up time for leaders to focus more on individual spiritual guidance, while chatbots handle more administrative tasks, such as sermon preparation. What do you think about the future of AI in religion? Do you believe that chatbots like ChatGPT can play a useful role in religious services, or could they potentially undermine the diversity and inclusivity of the church? Have you heard about the latest developments in AI technology? Well, Microsoft Azure OpenAI service is offering a new way to access large language models in the commercial environment from Azure government through AI-optimized infrastructure. Find out more about this exciting opportunity. But that's not all. In a groundbreaking Turing test study with 1.5 million human users and over 10 million conversations, the results showed that humans only guessed whether they were talking to a bot with a 60% success rate, not much higher than chance. Isn't that fascinating? It shows how being attuned to interacting with AI is becoming the new norm. Interestingly, only 55% of people guessed correctly when they looked for grammar errors and misspellings, showing how humans overly associate typos as a human trait. Meanwhile, 60% guessed correctly when they asked personal questions, emphasizing how advanced prompting can lead to bots having very convincing backstories. It's amazing to see how advanced prompting techniques can hide AI behavior, giving chatbots backgrounds, personalities, and explicit instructions for participating in the Turing test. But what worked best? Asking the bot about illegal things or making a nuke led to 65% correct guesses by humans? It's clear that LLMs have their limitations, and humans took advantage of this weakness. What's even more intriguing is that some humans decided to impersonate AI bots themselves, and other humans correctly guessed they were still humans 75% of the time. Of course, there are caveats and limitations to this study. The game context may have amplified suspicion and scrutiny compared to real life. The time-limited conversations likely impacted guest success rates, and the AI was designed for the context of the game, not representative of real-world use cases. Nonetheless, it's a fascinating read that gives insights into how humans are adapting to interact with AI. Hey there, and welcome to your daily AI news update. If you've been following politics in America, you might have heard about a video from Republican presidential candidate Ron DeSantis. The video included apparently fake images of former President Donald Trump hugging Anthony Fauci. This is just one example of how rapidly evolving AI tools are supercharging political attacks by allowing politicians to blur the line between fact and fiction. Moving on to some famous faces that have invested in AI companies. The Wolf of Wall Street actor Leonardo DiCaprio and Iron Man himself, Robert Downey Jr., have both reportedly invested millions, along with their respective venture capital firms, into AI companies designed to impact the environment. But it's not just Hollywood stars that are recognizing the potential of AI. The CEO of Oshkosh Corp recently said that AI has the potential for completely unmanned garbage trucks. Imagine the possibilities. On the other hand, some tech leaders are calling for an AI pause because they have no product ready. The Palantir CEO has said that tech companies need to slow down with their AI development until they can deliver more tangible benefits. Despite the concerns, politicians from both sides of the aisle are teaming up to take on AI with new bills. The latest AI bills show there's a bipartisan agreement for the government to be involved in regulating the technology. And here's a fascinating story from Germany. Hundreds of German Protestants attended a church service in Bavaria that was generated almost entirely by AI. The ChutGPT chatbot led more than 300 people through 40 minutes of prayer, music, sermons, and blessings. Finally, Microsoft is moving some of its best AI researchers from China to Canada in a move that threatens to gut an essential training ground for the Asian country's tech talent. That's it for your daily AI news update. Welcome, AI Unraveled podcast community. Have you found yourself wanting to dive deeper into the fascinating world of artificial intelligence? Well, look no further, because we have the perfect resource for you. I'm talking about the essential book, AI Unraveled, Demystifying Frequently Asked Questions on Artificial Intelligence, OpenAI, ChatGPT, Google Bard, Generative AI, LLM, Palm 2. It's now available on Amazon and is a must-read for anyone who wants to expand their understanding of AI. This engaging book is packed with valuable insights and answers to some of the most pressing questions in the world of AI. Have you ever wondered about the capabilities of OpenAI or ChatGPT? Do you want to learn more about Google Bard, Generative AI, LLM, and Palm 2? If so, this book is perfect for you. By reading AI Unraveled, you'll become more knowledgeable about the captivating world of AI and stay ahead of the curve. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to Amazon and get your copy of AI Unraveled, Demystifying Frequently Asked Questions on Artificial Intelligence today. On today's episode, we discussed AI's ability to self-learn languages and the implications for regulation, the decision by Nature to no longer publish generative AI visual content, the intersection of AI and religion, including a chatbot-led Lutheran church service, the availability of Azure OpenAI service for language models, the impact of AI on politics, and the use of Wondercraft AI to create hyper-realistic AI voices. Thanks for listening to today's episode. I'll see you guys at the next one, and don't forget to subscribe.